If you own a Volkswagen, you already know that driving one is a different experience from driving anything else on the road. There is a precision to a VW that you feel the moment you sit down, the moment you grip the steering wheel, and the moment you press the accelerator. German engineering is not a marketing phrase. It is a real philosophy that shows up in every component, every fastener, every system on the car. And that same German precision that makes a Volkswagen such a pleasure to drive is also exactly what makes working on one so different from working on a domestic vehicle or a Japanese import. VW designed these cars to be worked on in a specific way. They use specific fastener types, specific torque values, specific procedures that differ from anything you would find under the hood of a Ford or a Toyota. And if you try to approach your VW with a generic set of tools from a big box store and a can-do attitude alone, you are going to strip bolts, break clips, damage trim, and create problems that are far more expensive to fix than whatever you were trying to repair in the first place. But here is the good news. You do not need to spend thousands of dollars on a professional-grade toolkit to do the majority of DIY maintenance and repair work on your Volkswagen at home. The tools that will genuinely transform your ability to work on a VW, the ones that make the difference between a job that takes 30 minutes and comes out perfectly, and a job that takes 3 hours and ends in a trip to the dealership. Most of them can be found for under $100 each, some of them for far less. Today we are going through the top 7 tools that every VW DIY mechanic needs. We are going to talk about what each tool is, why it matters specifically for Volkswagen vehicles, and where to find it without breaking the bank. Whether you are driving a Golf, a Jetta, a Passat, a Tiguan, an Atlas, an Arteon, or any other car wearing the VW badge, these 7 tools are your foundation. Let's get into it. Number 1. The Torx and Triple Square. Bit set, the key to every VW fastener you will ever touch. Before you can do anything meaningful on a Volkswagen, before you can change your brakes, drop your oil pan, remove an engine mount, or pull a subframe bolt, you need to understand something fundamental about how VW builds their cars. Volkswagen uses Torx fasteners and a specific fastener type called Triple Square, also known as XZN or 12-point, in places where most other manufacturers would use a standard hex bolt. If you do not have the right bits for these fasteners, you are not getting into your VW. It is that simple. Torx fasteners are the star-shaped bolts you will find throughout the engine bay, the suspension, the interior trim, and the brake system. Most people have encountered a Torx before, but VW uses them in sizes and in locations that a basic home toolkit almost never covers adequately. The Triple Square fastener is something else entirely. It looks similar to a Torx at a glance, but is a completely different geometry. Triple Square drive is used on VW cylinder head bolts, transmission drain plugs, axle bolts, and subframe hardware. If you try to use the wrong tool on a Triple Square fastener, you will round it out instantly. And a rounded Triple Square fastener in a critical location is a nightmare scenario that can mean the difference between a simple repair and a major disassembly job. A quality Torx and Triple Square combination bit set from a reputable brand like Naco, Tecton, or even the house brand at your local tool store will cover every size you are realistically going to encounter on a modern Volkswagen. You want a set that goes from T20 through T60 on the Torx side and covers the E4 through E18 external Torx sizes as well, because VW uses both internal and external Torx throughout the car. On the Triple Square side, make sure your set includes the M4, M5, M6, M8, M10, and M12 sizes. These will cover your axle bolts, your subframe bolts, and your cylinder head hardware across virtually every modern VW engine. A comprehensive set covering all of these will run you between $25 and $50, and it will be one of the single most used tools in your entire collection. Do not attempt a VW repair without it. Number 2. The OBD2 Scanner with VW Audi-specific protocols, because the check engine light tells you nothing without the right reader. Every car built after 1996 has an OBD2 port, the diagnostic connector that allows a scan tool to communicate with the vehicle's computer and read fault codes. Generic OBD2 scanners are everywhere, and they are cheap, and they work fine for reading basic powertrain codes on most vehicles. But here is the problem with using a generic scanner on a Volkswagen. VW and Audi use a proprietary diagnostic protocol built originally on a system called KWP2000 and now running on UDS, that carries vastly more information than the generic OBD2 standard requires manufacturers to share. When a generic scanner reads your VW, it sees maybe 20% of what is actually happening in the car. It can read basic engine codes. That is about it. It cannot read transmission fault codes in detail. It cannot access the ABS module, the airbag module, the convenience system, or the body control module. It cannot read the adaptation values that tell you if your throttle body needs to be reset after a battery change. It cannot perform output tests to activate individual components for diagnostic purposes. And it absolutely cannot do the live data logging from all modules simultaneously that makes real VW diagnosis possible. What you need is a scanner that speaks VW's language natively. The most respected and widely used tool in the VW DIY community for this purpose is VCDS, VAG Coolant Diagnostic System, made by a company called Rostec. The full VCDS software with a genuine Rostec interface cable runs around $200, which is above the $100 threshold of this video. But Rostec also offers a free version of VCDS software that works with their cable for basic functions, and there are VW-compatible Bluetooth OBD adapters that work with free apps like OBD11 or Carista for under $50 that give you significantly more access than a generic scanner. For casual DIY owners who want to read and clear codes across all modules, check live sensor data, and perform basic adaptations, a quality Bluetooth adapter paired with the Carista app, which costs a modest annual subscription, gives you access that would have cost thousands of dollars in dealer-only equipment 15 years ago. Start there, and if you find yourself going deeper into VW DIY work, the investment in a full VCDS setup will pay for itself the first time it saves you a dealership diagnostic fee. Number 3. The oil filter housing tool, the plastic canister that breaks if you use the wrong socket. Volkswagen uses cartridge-style oil filters on the majority of their modern engines. The 1.4 TSI, the 1.8 TSI, the 2.0 TSI, the 2.0 TDI, and most of their other current power plants all use a filter that lives inside a plastic housing rather than the traditional spin-on canister that most people are used to. That plastic housing has a hex drive cap on top that you remove to access the filter cartridge inside. And that plastic cap is where a lot of VW oil changes go sideways very quickly. The problem is torque. The oil filter housing cap on a VW is typically torqued to somewhere between 18 and 25 Newton-meters from the factory, which sounds modest until you factor in heat cycles. Every time your engine gets hot and cools down, that plastic cap thermally bonds to its seat just a little more. By the time your second or third oil change rolls around, that cap can be remarkably tight. And if you try to loosen it with a standard socket that does not fully engage the hex drive, or worse, with a pair of channel lock pliers because you do not have the right tool, you will crack the cap, strip the hex, or break the housing entirely. A replacement oil filter housing on a modern VW is not cheap. The correct tool is a dedicated oil filter housing removal socket, sized specifically for your VW's engine. The most common sizes across the VW lineup are 27mm and 32mm caps, and a proper removal socket for each of these costs between $10 and $20. The socket is designed with a deep reach, full engagement on the cap's hex drive, and in some versions, a built-in rubber insert that grips the cap without crushing it. Buy this tool before your first oil change on a VW. It is inexpensive, it takes up almost no space in a toolbox, and it is the difference between an oil change that takes 20 minutes and one that ends with a cracked filter housing and a call to the parts store. Number 4. The Trim and Clip Removal Tool Set. Because VW interiors snap together in ways that will destroy you without the right tools. Volkswagen interiors are beautifully built. The fit and finish on a VW cabin, even at the entry level of the range, is something that the brand's competitors often struggle to match. Every panel fits precisely. Every gap is even. Every clip and snap fit holds everything together with a satisfying solidity that feels premium. And when you need to take any of that apart to replace a speaker, access a window regulator, pull a dashboard component, or run a wire, you will very quickly discover that VW interior panels are designed to be removed in a specific sequence, with specific tools, and they will break without mercy if you use the wrong approach. VW uses a combination of clip types throughout their interiors: pushpin clips, snap fit retainers, quarter-turn fasteners, and various proprietary clip designs that change from model to model and generation to generation. Trying to pry a VW door panel or dashboard trim piece with a flathead screwdriver will break clips, scratch surfaces, and damage the panel itself. Because VW uses relatively brittle plastic in many trim pieces compared to some other manufacturers, the margin for error when prying without the right tool is essentially zero on cold days when the plastic is at its most brittle. A proper trim and clip removal tool set, the kind with a variety of nylon and plastic pry bars in different profiles, hook tools for pulling retaining clips, and a plastic scraper for separating panels without scratching, runs between $15 and $30 and is available from dozens of suppliers. The nylon construction is critical because it will not scratch your trim or your paint, and the variety of profiles in a good set means you will always have the right shape for the specific clip or panel you are working with. Pair the pry tools with a set of VW-specific trim clip replacement packs from your parts supplier because no matter how careful you are, you will break some clips during disassembly. And having replacements on hand means the panel goes back together correctly rather than rattling for the next 50,000 miles. Number 5. The Brake Caliper Win-Back Tool, the tool that makes VW brake jobs straightforward. Brake jobs are one of the most common DIY maintenance tasks on any vehicle, and on a Volkswagen, they are generally very straightforward. Good access, logical layout, quality components that are easy to source. But there is one step in a VW rear brake job that stops many first-time DIY ears cold, and it is a step that requires a specific tool that you simply cannot improvise your way around without risking damage to the caliper. VW rear brake calipers across the Golf, Jetta, Passat, Tiguan, and most of their current lineup use an integrated parking brake mechanism that requires the caliper piston to be wound back in a clockwise rotation as it is compressed, rather than simply pressed straight in the way a front caliper piston works. If you try to compress a VW rear caliper piston with a standard C-clamp the way you would a front caliper, just pressing it straight back, you will not move the piston at all. You will only succeed in damaging the piston face or the caliper seal. These pistons thread inward, and they need to be rotated while being compressed simultaneously. The tool that does this is called a brake caliper windback tool, and it is a set that includes a central drive shaft with interchangeable adapters that engage the slots or pins on the face of the caliper piston. You attach the appropriate adapter, apply pressure with the drive handle, and turn clockwise while pushing, and the piston threads itself neatly back into the caliper bore without damage. A quality windback tool set with adapters that cover VW's various caliper types runs between $25 and $50 and is available at any well-stocked auto parts store or online. Once you have this tool, VW rear brake jobs become one of the more satisfying DIY jobs you can do at home. They are clean, logical, and genuinely save you a significant amount of money compared to dealer or shop pricing. Without this tool, you risk damaging calipers that are expensive to replace and turning a budget brake job into an unexpectedly costly one. Number 6. The Digital Torque Wrench or Quality Click. Torque Wrench, because VW's torque specifications are non-negotiable. We talked earlier about how German engineering philosophy shows up in every component of a Volkswagen. Nowhere is that philosophy more rigidly expressed than in torque specifications. VW engineering does not suggest torque values, it demands them. And the consequences of under-torquing or over-torquing fasteners on a Volkswagen are far more severe than on many other vehicles, for a simple reason. VW uses stretch bolts extensively throughout the engine and drivetrain. Stretch bolts, also called torque-to-yield bolts, are designed to be tightened to a specific torque value, and then turned an additional precise number of degrees, which stretches the bolt into its elastic range and creates a clamping force that does not loosen over time. VW uses stretch bolts on cylinder head bolts, connecting rod bolts, main bearing bolts, wheel bolts, and axle hub bolts, among others. These bolts are single-use components. Once stretched, they must be replaced, and they must be installed to the exact torque plus angle specification VW provides. If you guess at these values, you are risking a blown head gasket, a spun rod bearing, or a wheel coming off the car. A good click-style torque wrench, the kind that gives an audible click and a slight break when you reach the target torque, covers the torque-only portion of the job. For angle tightening, you need either a torque angle gauge that attaches to your ratchet and measures degrees of rotation, or a digital torque wrench with a built-in angle measurement mode. A quality-click torquey wrench in the 20 to 150 foot-pound range from a brand like Tecton or EP Auto runs between $30 and $60. A torque angle gauge adds another $10 to $20. Together, they give you the precision that VW's engineering demands. Use them on every fastener that has a specified torque value, and you will never have to worry about a job coming undone because something was too loose or failing because something was over-tightened. Number 7. The VAG Coolant Bleeder and Refill Kit, the tool that ends the air pocket nightmare. Cooling system work on a Volkswagen is something that many confident DIYers tackle without issue, until the air pocket problem strikes. VW cooling systems, particularly on TSI and TDI engines, are notoriously difficult to bleed of air after a coolant drain or any procedure that opens the system. The coolant passages wind through the engine, the heater core, the turbocharger cooling circuit, and back through the reservoir in a path that traps air bubbles in locations that are nearly impossible to purge by simply filling the system and running the engine. An air pocket in a VW cooling system does not just cause your temperature gauge to read incorrectly. It causes localized hot spots in the engine where there is no coolant flow. And those hot spots can overheat cylinder head gaskets, warp the head itself, or cook the turbocharger cooling circuit. Many VW owners have done a coolant flush, refilled the system, driven the car, and then watched in horror as the temperature gauge climbs toward the red despite having a full reservoir, simply because a trapped air pocket was preventing proper coolant circulation. The solution is a coolant refill and bleeding kit, a vacuum-based tool that pressurizes the coolant system from the reservoir neck using shop air, pulls a vacuum on the system to evacuate all air, and then draws fresh coolant in automatically and completely, filling every passage with coolant and leaving no air pockets behind. These kits are available from suppliers like Lysol and Midivac for between $40 and $80, and they work with the standard adapter sizes found on VW coolant reservoirs. The first time you use one after a cooling system service and your temperature gauge stays rock steady at normal operating temperature throughout a full heat cycle, you will understand immediately why this tool belongs in every VW DIY mechanics collection. It is the difference between a cooling system job done right and a cooling system job that sends you back under the hood wondering where you went wrong. The bottom line. Here is the truth about working on a Volkswagen at home. It is genuinely rewarding. These are well-engineered machines that respond beautifully to proper maintenance and care. The money you can save by handling your own oil changes, brake jobs, cooling system services, and basic repairs is significant. Over the lifetime of a vehicle, it can easily run into thousands of dollars. And the satisfaction of understanding your VBW at a deeper level, of knowing exactly what is going on under the hood and underneath the car, is something that no amount of dealership servicing can give you. But that reward requires respect for what VW has built. It requires the right Torx and triple square bits, so you do not strip a fastener that holds your suspension together. It requires an OBD scanner that actually speaks VW's language, so you know what you are diagnosing. It requires the right oil filter socket, the right trim tools, the right brake windback kit, a proper torque wrench, and a coolant bleeder that ensures your cooling system is filled correctly every single time. None of these tools will cost you more than $100 each. Most of them cost far less. But together, they form a toolkit that will allow you to tackle the vast majority of DIY maintenance and repair work on your Volkswagen with confidence, with precision, and with results that would make the engineers in Wolfsburg nod their heads in approval. Get these tools, learn your VW, take care of it properly, and it will give you everything it has for a very long time. We will see you in the next one.